Hello, and welcome to the second annual J4U film nominations. Wow! Let's not dilly-dally, because we've got a lot of stuff to cover. So we'll be starting from the bottom with the technical nominations and going from there. First, we have Best Visual Effects, and the current nominations are First Man, Annihilation, Solo: A Star Wars Story, Mission Impossible Fallout, and Avengers: Infinity War. I'm sorry, Nick. Alright, next we have Best Costume Design. The nominations are Black Panther, The Sisters Brothers, The Favorite, Suspiria, If Beale Street Could Talk, and Black Klansman. Best Production Design. The nominations are Roma, Annihilation, If Beale Street Could Talk, The Favorite, Suspiria, and First Man. Now, for Best Film Editing. The nominations are Mission Impossible Fallout, You Were Never Really Here, Suspiria, The Other Side of the Wind, If Beale Street Could Talk, and The House That Jack Built. Now for Best Makeup Effects. The nominations are Suspiria, Avengers: Infinity War, Black Panther, Vice, and The Favorite. Now for Best Sound Mixing. Nominations are A Star Is Born, First Man, Roma, Annihilation, and Mission Impossible Fallout. Now next one I gotta get it because they stopped in the middle of it. Now for best, alright, this is gonna be awkward. Now for Best Sound Editing. The nominations are Widows, You Were Never Really Here, First Man, Annihilation, and Mission Impossible Fallout. Now for Best Cinematography. The nominations are If Beale Street Could Talk, cinematographer James Laxton, Roma, Alfonso Cuarón, First Man, Lina Sangren, Mission Impossible Fallout and Annihilation, because the same cinematographer did both, Rob Hardy, The House That Jack Built, Manuel Alberto Claro, and You Were Never Really Here, Thomas Townend, and Suspiria, Seumbo Mokdiprom. Now, the nominations for Best Score. The nominees are Suspiria, scored by Thom Yorke, You Were Never Really Here, scored by Johnny Greenwood, Mandy, scored by Johan Johansson, If Beale Street Could Talk, scored by Nicholas Bertel, First Man, scored by Justin Hurwitz, and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, scored by Daniel Pemberton. Now, first let's do Best Animated Film. First is Isle of Dogs, directed by Wes Anderson. Next is Mirai, directed by Mamoru Hosoda. Then there is Incredibles 2, directed by Brad Bird. Next is Night is Short, Walk on Girl, directed by Masaki Yasuda. And then Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, directors Bob Persichetti, Peter Ramsey, and Rodney Rotham. There's three directors. That's a lot of directors.
How do I look?
You look like a beautiful, beautiful man.
This is what I look like after Christmas, typically. Ooh.
You look like the Kingpin. Alright, have this beautiful man be in the shot. Now for Best Documentary. The nominations are Won't You Be My Neighbor, directed by Morgan Neville.
Won't you be my neighbor?
No, I will not. I don't want to. I feel like you're gonna do terrible things to me. Next is Bisbee 17, directed by Robert Greene. Next is Shirkers, directed by Sandy Tan. Next is Hale County, This Morning, This Evening, directed by Romeo Ross. And next is Minding the Gap, directed by Bing Liu. This is beautiful. This is some sensual...
Why, thank you.
This is a half nominations video and half ASMR session.
Sit down.
Next is Best Foreign Language Feature. The nominations are Burning, directed by Lee Chang-dong. Next is Roma, directed by Alfonso Cuarón. Then is Cold War, directed by Paweł Pawlicki. Next is Happy as Lazaro, directed by Alice Roshara. Next is Shoplifters, directed by Hirokazu Korida. And we'll be getting on to the next one. I just got to get another paper because it's cut off again. Alright, next is a new category to this award ceremony, is Best Directional Debut Feature. The nominations are Mid-90s, directed by Jonah Hill. Next is Wildlife, directed by Paul Dano. Then is Sorry to Bother You, directed by Boots Riley. Then Hereditary, directed by Ari Aster. And last is A Star is Born, directed by Bradley Cooper. Now we have Best Independent Feature of the Year. The nominees are Sorry to Bother You, directed by Boots Riley. You Were Never Really Here, directed by Lynn Ramsey. Next is The Miseducation of Cameron Post, directed by Desiree Akavan. Then is The Rider, directed by Chloe Zhao. Then we have Mid-90s, directed by Jonah Hill. And last is Skate Kitchen, directed by Crystal Moselle. Also, there's 2 skating films in this, because for some reason, this was the year of skate films, I guess.
2018, of course. What it will be remembered for.
2018. Alright, now we're getting into the big ones. The like, screen.
You want to hear something big?
Yes.
Oh, I figure out how I'm getting up first. Give me a minute.
Okay.
Ooh. Oh, wow, there's a lot of weight on my back right now. Ugh.
Like metaphorical or literal?
I mean, depends whether or not it's after Thanksgiving.
Ooh, damn. The nominees for Best Adapted Screenplay. Nominees are The Death of Stalin, screenwriters Armando Iannucci, David Schneider, Ian Martin, and Peter Fellows. You Were Never Really Here, screenwriter Lynn Ramsey. Annihilation, screenwriter Alex Garland. If Beale Street Could Talk, Barry Jenkins. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, screenwriters Phil Lord and Rodney Rotham. And Widows, screenwriters Gillian Flynn and Steve McQueen. Alright, now for Best Original Screenplay. Sorry, my throat was gross.
Oh, gross.
Ew, I don't want to be here anymore. This award show is canceled. Alright, the nominees are Sorry to Bother You, screenwriter Boots Riley. Roma, screenwriter Alfonso Cuarón. Blindspotting, screenwriter David Diggs and Rafael Casal. Shoplifters, screenwriter Hirokazu Korida. The Favorite, screenwriters Deborah Davis and Tony McNamara. And Hereditary, screenwriter Ari Aster. Blah. My throat is gross still. Best Supporting Actress, nominees are Regina King for If Beale Street Could Talk. Tilda Swinton for Suspiria. Tessa Thompson for Sorry to Bother You. Rachel Weisz for The Favorite. Emma Stone for The Favorite. And Sissy Spacek for The Old Man and the Gun. Alright, now, gotta do this one last time. Merry Christmas, everyone. Are you trying to yo-yo a Christmas light string?
No, I'm just thinking if these were all Infinity Stones, how powerful I would be.
Perfectly balanced.
I couldn't even snap, though. That's the counter side to it.
What? Hey Nick, what do you say when you're like really heavy but not heavy on either side? Perfectly balanced. Like all things should be. Alright, now for Best Supporting Actor. Nominations are Richard E. Grant for Can You Ever Forgive Me? Nicole Smith for Mid-90s. Steve Carell for Beautiful Boy. Stephen Yeun for Burning. Jake Gyllenhaal for Wildlife. And Brian Tyree Henry for If Beale Street Could Talk. Now I can throw this. Beautiful. Alright, now we're getting on to the lead performance roles. For Best Actress, the nominees are Yalitza Aparicio for Roma, Viola Davis for Widows, Lady Gaga for A Star is Born. I don't actually know what her real name is. It's like some sort of Italian name. I don't know.
Lady.
Yeah, it is Lady. You know what? Never mind. Toni Collette for Hereditary, Helena Howard for Madeline's Madeline, Kiki Lane for If Beale Street Could Talk, and Natalie Portman for Annihilation. Now on for Best Actor. The nominations are Christian Bale for Vice, David Diggs for Blindspotting, Joaquin Phoenix for 2 movies actually, because he was in 2, You Were Never Really Here and Don't Worry, He Won't Get Far on Foot, Willem Dafoe for At Eternity's Gate, Stephen James for If Beale Street Could Talk, Matt Dillon for The House That Jack Built, Lakeith Stanfield for Sorry to Bother You. Alright, two more. We're almost done, alright? This is so long, I know, but it's a lot of good movies.
Hey, I snapped.
You did it! Holy shit!
I just killed half the universe. Yay!
You killed one of the last 2 nominations. Alright, now for Best Director. We got a hefty amount here. The nominees for Best Director are Lynn Ramsey for You Were Never Really Here, Luca Guadagnino for Suspiria, Alfonso Cuarón for Roma, Boots Riley for Sorry to Bother You, Alex Garland for Annihilation, Barry Jenkins for If Beale Street Could Talk, and Christopher McQuarrie for Mission Impossible Fallout. Now, here it is, the big one, the uber powerful one, the Thanos of this whole list. The that. Whatever that is. Beautiful. I absolutely love it. Alright, now, here it is. Best Picture. Best Picture of the Year. The nominees are The Death of Stalin, Shoplifters, Mission Impossible Fallout, You Were Never Really Here, The House That Jack Built, If Beale Street Could Talk, Mid-90s, Suspiria, Annihilation, Sorry to Bother You, Roma, and the very weird outlier of this list, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. And that is it. There we go. That is the nominations for the this current awards show for J4U Film Awards, the second annual, the big one, number 2. And I'm pretty sure I was gonna say that, fuck you. But anyways, yeah, so what are your opinions on our nominations list? Which do you think should win? And thank you so much for watching, and get ready for those awards to come out very soon. Yes.